Hello there, Leo. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of April 4th through April 10th. We are going to be pulling one card per day so that we're going to be looking at the highlights or the themes for each day as we go through the week, starting with Saturday, moving through Friday. While I'm shuffling, I'm just going to remind everybody this is a collective reading, which means that not everything I say here will apply to every single Leo who watches, but most of what I say should apply to most of you. So let me put down some cards. Those of you who would like to order a private reading with me, all you have to do is find my contact information listed on my website, which is right there above my head, and reach out to me and we will get you taken care of. Okay, your cards are on the table. Let's take a peek. Leo, let's look at the weekend first. So, weekend, first card, Saturday, Moon in reverse. This is a card I like in reverse, by the way, much better than right side up. And then the Nine of Cups, a very nice card for a weekend for sure. For sure, for sure. Okay, so Saturday, Moon in reverse. What's going on? This just means that there's something that you already kind of knew. There's some missing information. Two and two just wasn't making four, but you weren't able to figure out exactly what information was not. You weren't able to get your little fingers on. Okay, so when this moon shows up in reverse, you're not digging for that information at all, actually. This information is now popping up to the surface. And a lot of times when this information comes up to the surface, then we realize, oh, it was kind of right almost within sight the whole time. And so when this information pops up into the surface, now we have a full picture of whatever this was, where two and two wasn't coming together to make four. We're seeing the missing pieces, and now we get to decide what do we want to do with this situation. Because generally, with a card like this, in that situation, this tells me that you have, now that the full truth has come out to light, you feel differently about the level of activity or the level of involvement you want to have in this situation. So you may be modifying your level of involvement in whatever situation that is, where the truth kind of floats up to the surface for you. Now, I count that as a good thing because being able to make a more clear decision about something is always a good thing in my world. Let's look at Sunday, though. We have the Nine of Cups. Fantastic card. This talks about doing something that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel satisfied, that makes you feel fulfilled. If you have been just waiting for your opportunity to climb a 14er, maybe you're climbing a 14er on Sunday. Whatever it is that you've been, really wanting to do, this is getting a chance to do that, and it's a really positive experience. It's something that makes you feel happy. So really like that. Now let's move into the week. Into the week for Leo. Look at this. You've got your card right here on Monday. The Sun card. I always take it as a good omen when your own card shows up in the spread for you. So that's fantastic. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Tuesday, you have the Three of Cups in reverse. And Wednesday, you have the Page of Pentacles. Thursday, Queen of Cups. Is this Leo or somebody else? Okay, gotcha. And Friday, Four of Cups in reverse. I love this card in reverse, much more so than right side up. So you've got some pretty good cards here. You've only got one where I'm kind of like, everything else looks pretty good. So Monday, that's your card, the Sun. So Leos, this really just talks about that on Monday. You're in your own groove. You're doing your own thing without anybody looking over your shoulder or breathing down your neck, trying to tell you how to do this, how fast to do this, whatever. You're doing your own thing and feeling very satisfied and fulfilled with whatever that is. Ties in nicely, actually, with your Sunday card where you're finding happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment as well. That Monday card is just really kind of taking that even to the next level, being very productive and feeling good about in the ways you're being, and feeling very good about the ways in which you are being productive. Now let's move on to Tuesday. Now this is the one card that I'm kind of like, bleh. Do we need this one really? And that's the Three of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse. It's not terrible. It's just somebody jumping up and down on your last nerve. You know, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just It is more of an annoyance than anything else, is what it feels like on this card. Somebody just, chewing their food too loud or snoring too loud, or maybe somebody cuts you off in traffic or something, but something going on where somebody's just annoying you. Now, that's not going to be all day either, by the way, just so you know. Like, that's not going to be all day. That's just going to be an occurrence, at the most two or three, maybe if it's a pattern, but it's not going to be all day. All right, let's look at Wednesday. Page of Pentacles. This is good news about money or material goods. Maybe you're finding out that you're getting a bonus. Maybe somebody comes through with that information on Wednesday. Maybe you get an email or a phone call. Somebody says, oh, you're getting a bonus. Page of Pentacles, good news about money or about material goods. This could also be good news about an opportunity, because I do see the Ace of Pentacles as an opportunity. And you can see in this picture, he's sort of holding that Ace of Pentacles. So this could be good news about an inner opportunity. If you've been looking for jobs, this could be somebody saying, oh, you're going to get we would like to have you come in for an interview, or maybe even hiring you for the job. But there's something going on here where you're getting some kind of good news about money, material goods, or maybe even an opportunity. La da 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 da. Next up, we're looking at Thursday. Queen of Cups is somebody that you're interacting with on Thursday, and the Queen of Cups is somebody who's emotionally pretty stable. They have ways of handling their emotions in healthy ways. So you're not usually going to see a Queen of Cups going to something like anger management or any classes like that. Excuse me, to try to get herself under control. She really understands a lot about her own feelings and what to do with them. She also understands a lot about other people's feelings and can pick up on them usually pretty easily. And so when we have a Queen of Cups showing up in your experience, this just talks about that you've got somebody who's very nurturing and, intuitive about how people around her are feeling. And so generally these people are pretty positive to have experiences with. It's nice to have them around because they generally try to encourage and uplift. Generally. Okay. Now looking at Friday. Four of Cups coming up in reverse. This is what I told you. I really like this reversal much better than this right side up. So Four of Cups in reverse just basically says that there's been some kind of disappointment, but you are looking at the positive. You're looking at the silver lining. And I don't think you're letting this disappointment slow you down at all. You're not missing a beat. You're continuing forward and looking at the silver lining that this disappointment actually opens up for you. So very nice week, Leos. Thank you very much for being here. Those of you who I don't see here for a reading or a Reiki session or even for mentoring, if you want to tap into your own abilities, if I don't see you here in between now and then I will see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.